listening to The Nasty Table, the premier source for tabletop role-playing actual play. Now come on in, relax, and pull up a seat to The Nasty Table. Last session at The Nasty Table.
I want to talk to the little fucker, Rodney.
Okay, yes. It was me and Carter.
Sometimes I have dreams. What about you?
The glasses clink. Bartender throws his rag into the sink.
I think we should go in there and just press the fuck out of Carter right now.
And the guy behind me hits double 19 on darts.
Base tendencies deep in the subconscious.
And Mark cracks the black card.
I'm sorry, Aaron. I need you to call every funeral home in Minnesota.
No, it's okay.
What do you
drop
want?
them off.
You want
No.
to drop them off?
No, it's fine to drop them off.
All right.
Have a nice night.
You too. You should sleep tonight. Joe, are you a 100 Gex fan?
No.
Are you, Nick?
No.
Finn, are you?
I have no idea what that is.
Okay.
Never
mind.
I don't hate on 100 Gex.
Yeah, I don't either.
Yeah.
But I'm just not
I don't
like
understand them either.
It's the
At
same.
least the few songs that I heard, I was like, yeah.
It's the same vein as how Will keeps trying to make me a Blade fan, and like I will just never fuck with it like that.
Damn, you haven't fallen to the Blade yet,
No.
have you?
Interesting. I haven't fallen to
The only thing I drain is my lizard at the toilet.
I respect it.
What's up?
There was something I had to say. No, I forget what I had to say.
I have something to say.
Go ahead.
I was thinking a lot about D&D characters the other night. Yeah. Looking through races and shit. Dude, there's a lot of crazy shit.
Yeah.
And I can't make a decision until, like, I feel like, are we allowed to all talk about that as a party?
Yes.
Shit like that?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not making any decisions until we know a setting.
Right. No,
That's-
right. I get that. But I'm saying, like, just, like, looking at, like, everything that there was, I was like, dude, there's so much that's cool. But
There's a lot of new races. I don't know when the last time you guys made new characters was.
that's what I'm saying is, like,
time.
because
2
here's
years
the
ago?
thing, and this is what I thought about, too, is, like, I didn't make Lappy. You just,
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
mentioned that there was a turtle, and I was like, that's fucking sick. So I never actually looked at everything else. So looking at everything else last night, I was like, I could be a rabbit person?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Dude, I saw one for like a frog person.
Yeah, the
Turtle.
grung.
Yeah,
Oh, there is a
grung.
frog person?
Yeah, it's called
They're
a
so
grung.
tiny. It's
Did
sick.
I miss that? I don't know. There's a lot of, like, animals.
There's also, so far, I have confirmed 3, because I've been DMing for, you guys know.
This was another one of his.
Been DMing for a while. So far, like, I have a whole bunch of races, like custom races that I've made as time has gone by. But so far, there's 3 that I'm really comfortable saying right now are A-okay. One of them is afflicted, which is kind of like people who've been raised around like gaseous fissures and like radiation and stuff like that. So kind of like ghouls from Fallout, but not like super like skin slopping off type thing. The other one is cactoid, which is cactus people,
I love that
one.
sentient cactus people. And then the other one is gastroid, which is like sentient snail people. Kind of functions the same way turtles do, where they can go back in their shell, and they're covered in like slime. But yeah,
Slime.
I mean,
How do the cactus people like?
there's all lore on it. You'll be able to find that out when we get to go. And they live 180 to 200 years, and they're not like considered like actual like sentient creatures until like 2 years, because they come out of the ground, like they grow like plants.
Wow, that's sick.
So until they get arms and legs, they're not like, they're considered plants until that point.
Wow, it's a baby cactoid. It's just like a growing cactus.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, if you guys want to take the time and think about, your characters and stuff like that now, it would be good to get a jump on it now. I will say right now, still, and I said this before, 99.99999% sure that we're going to be starting in a desert town or city.
I'm going to take that as 100%.
There's still a couple things that I'm trying to work out. We'll talk more about the setting as we get closer to that, but we're not there yet. Where are we? We're in Delta Green. That's where we are.
I've never played that game, but a fun fact, I hate bracelets. Like, really bad. I don't know how people, like, Like when people go to events and they get the bracelet or whatever, and then they keep it on for another week. I don't know how the fuck you do that.
I always
Because
fuck with it.
after it's on there, I'm like,
You're talking about like festival bracelets?
like any bracelet. I just don't like things on my wrist.
What
You
about
gotta wear it
watches?
for the rest of the night.
Don't
Fuck
like
you.
watches.
That was so funny.
I would hate that.
You
It's
should play with, like,
a
6
fucking
people,
heavy
use a big
thing on
one.
my wrist.
I've never
I don't
played
know.
it.
That's just me.
You gotta wear it.
I'm weird.
Recap. Big session last session. A lot of stuff. A lot of nitty
We
gritty
got a starting
stuff.
point.
Jerry mentioned dreams, and he freaked out, started hitting himself, and we got some information.
Where did that
on
come
said
from?
Dream. Where'd what come from?
Why'd you ask him about dreams?
The note.
That was just a hunch based off of the contents of the
The
note.
note says dreams are a funny thing. Wouldn't you agree? So after I read that, I was like, he's not sleeping, and at that point, like we were almost ready to let him go, and that was like one thing that we didn't say.
And honestly, you, Jerry Flores, basically orchestrated his breakdown, this mental breakdown.
Yeah.
And it's funny. There's a couple of whenever I write interviews for NPCs or something like that. Like one of the things that I'll do is I'll like ways to get them to talk that aren't just persuasion checks. One of them for Carter was mentioning dreams, and there's a couple of ways that you can get to that. You know, obviously he hasn't slept, dreams in the note, stuff like that. But yeah, that was one of the big things. Basically, and I'll pull back the curtain a little bit here. The whole time that you guys are interacting with Carter, he's making sanity checks anytime stuff's brought up about dreams or the event in question until he gets to a certain point. So that's basically to put a mechanic behind pressing him really hard on particular topics. And yes, he hit that threshold that he just basically breaks down, has a mental episode. But like that's not gonna fly with the lieutenant. The lieutenant doesn't believe you guys about getting spooky ghosted in the storage container. Why is he supposed to believe you that this kid's like a clairvoyant that you need to monitor his dreams for?
Why is Lieutenant such a doubter?
Because he's a human being. He's a real person.
And we're human. We are 4 human beings getting answers.
Nick, if I came to you and I said that I had prophetic dreams and that I got attacked by a monster in a storage locker, you would not believe me. You wouldn't. You would not. I wouldn't believe you.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
You would tell it pretty convincingly. You don't think?
I
you don't think you would tell a good
if
story?
you were super
Oh
fucked
yeah, a
up,
good story, a good lie maybe.
If you were super fucked up about something like that, I have no reason to think you're lying. Unless
you would
I
want
just
to
was
get
just-
me. You would want to get me professional therapeutic help.
All right, yeah, at first, yeah, I would, but I would question it.
At first.
But I would question it still.
You guys don't have any proof to make him question it. All right. Well, en route to Cacao from RJ's house, the 4 of you in 2 separate cars are preparing to re-interview Curtis Collins, a former criminal pedophile involved in a Minneapolis ring between the years 1962 and 1965. Proclaimed by the state of Minnesota to be reformed, his information and testimony was critical in the arrest of several other more violent child predators. You're about 15 minutes away from the diner, and the time's currently 10:10. What are the car setups like? It's I believe
Me and Jerry.
Jerry, partner and partner.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. And did you guys take a squad car or a personal car?
Squad car.
Squad car, and I believe you two took a squad car as well, because
Squad
you
car.
had to unlock the back to get Carter out.
Yeah.
What do you guys want to do?
That was crispy,
It sounded American.
dude.
This episode is sponsored by Yingling.
I mean, we're just pulling up, right?
Are we pulling up?
I mean, we passed RJ's and we were like leaving, right? Driving.
Yeah, you're like 15 minutes away from the diner.
So are we all getting out of the cars? Is that the situation right now?
Well, you guys are driving there now. Do you guys want to fast forward, jump 15 minutes?
I just wanted to ask, like, at least somebody, like,
You're in the car with Ray.
yeah, like, that's what I wanted to do.
Go ahead.
Kind of questions do you think should be asking this guy?
Well, we got the full file now, so that's good. Can brief him on all that, probe him, see what he knows. But I don't know about.
I don't think he's gonna know anything about the note.
No, I'm saying the full file from the initial investigation of the photos from Bobby.
Right.
We only had the first half.
And he actually hasn't seen any of it yet. Because we were going to give it
Yeah.
to him when it was complete.
That actually just
Yeah.
rejogged my memory.
I don't know about you, but we both know what we experienced that night and what's going on with whatever our RJs are dealing with. So
Oh, yeah.
I got to see if he knows anything about this.
Yeah. Pull up.
Time passes. You guys pull up a little bit before when you expected to get there. At this point, it's probably about like 10 minutes before your meeting. You look in through the large window, table set up in that kind of breakfast bar. Curtis Collins is not in there. You guys make your way inside?
Yeah. Unless you guys want to talk in the parking lot. But he's not here, so we can get a table and talk.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah, I'm good to go inside.
Go inside, get a table, waitress takes your drinks orders, and you guys are seated.
I want to wave over. I want to wave over the waitress.
Mm-hmm.
Is it? Sorry, waitress or waiter?
Waitress.
Okay. Excuse us.
She comes over.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna have some fun. All right. Is it the other night? You gave me some. Is this the same cook as the last time we were here?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'm not gonna have the eggs tonight. Then.
we have the brown ones now instead of the white ones. Fresh shipment came in this morning.
I'll take a quarter dozen, and I wink at her. Sunny side up.
Who says that?
3 eggs. I'll take
Sunny.
I'll take 1/12 of a dozen, please.
Sunny side up.
Oh, it's the same cook. Oh, I will not have the eggs. Like, it was the cook's
What?
fault.
What kind of toast?
Wheat. Thank you.
Anything else?
Just your name?
Betty.
Thank you, Betty. I pull out my notepad and I write some notes down in front of her.
What do they say?
Betty.
Mm.
Quarter dozen eggs. Brown. Wheat. Bread.
Anything else for the rest of you? She looks over.
Yeah, just a coffee.
Can I have a water?
With or without lemon.
Without.
Gives you a nod. Walks back.
I'm hard. All right, I'm hard.
What about you're a pussy if you got a lemon?
hard.
Little. I do not want to hear lemon, water with lemon pussy talk from Michael Finn.
Yeah.
You are the fucking king of lemon water.
I never ask for it. I always just get it. I never say, "Can I please have a lemon?" I'll accept the lemon if it's in it.
Anyway,
Send it back.
Send it back. It's tainted.
Without. I want
Unlimited water.
tap water like a man. In fact, scoop it from the toilet.
time passes and she comes out with whatever food you ordered, your drinks, and you see Curtis Collins walk in. The bell rings. Ding, 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 ding. He approaches, and you can see him. Looks the same as when you saw him yesterday. Looks like button-up dress shirt, white, some slacks. Sits up.
Do we know where he works?
He mentioned he was an accountant at a grocery store.
Okay.
He saddles up next to you guys, says, hi. Waitress comes over, asks if you want anything. He just says coffee. Kind of folds his hands and kind of looks over. Any progress in the case?
Well, we got it finished up. If you can fulfill your promise, take a look at it. I pull it out, hand it over to him. We got a few questions for you about it, but if you want to peruse through it before we hit you with some questions, feel free.
Sure. And he opens it up and starts going through it.
I really want to take in his facial expressions and his mood while he's going through this file.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's actually I was gonna assume that you guys were gonna do that, but if you want to roll human intelligence for me, go ahead.
Can I?
Yeah.
14 on a 50.
36 on a 76.
So you guys watch as he goes through, and he takes his time. But what could be mistaken as, looking at them for a while, kind of creepily, you're able to kind of peel back the layers and notice that his look towards these files are more diagnostic like he's trying to solve an equation, like really trying to apply his memory to these pictures. As he's going through them and he's flipping through them, he taps on one. And you look down, it's a picture of, and obviously it's been censored, but the setting appears to be a cabin. Log cabin on the inside. There's a red carpet on the floor. He says, "This cabin, I've seen a couple pictures in that area. Some of the guys used to talk about a cabin."
Do you know where this cabin's at?
No, they never said any specifics, but it was always regarded as a place that more upper class people would meet to take the pictures and stuff like that.
So was it common that more than one person would be there for taking these pictures? More than one adult?
Typically, yeah. It's not just an individual, it's usually a group, whether the subjects are coerced or forced or convinced otherwise. It typically takes a village. Describe that facial expression for me.
Disgust. Oh my god, it takes
Yeah,
a
for
village
real.
to take a picture of a naked kid. Holy shit.
None of these other ones are ringing any bells, but there was always a lot of talk about this cabin. I think it was owned by a rich guy or a group or something like that.
Interesting.
Do you know if it was in the immediate area?
No, I've never met anyone who's actually been there. It was more like a rumor.
Is RJ's house that we passed, is that a log cabin?
No.
Okay.
The ring that you ran in, was it the whole state wide?
No, it was mostly only in Minneapolis. But it reached a little bit farther than that.
You ever reach out this way?
No. The group of people I ran with came from farther east. Didn't really dip much south.
So you have reason to believe that this cabin isn't in the vicinity, in the city limits?
I have no reason to lean one way or the other.
Do you have any names that could link us to this cabin?
Like I said, it wasn't a specific encounter I had or anything like that. It's just whenever one of those pictures from the cabin came through, you always knew that it would be coming from a good source.
What do you mean, good?
Reputable.
So, can you define unreputable? Because in the law's eyes, well, you could see how this is all pretty nefarious.
At that point in time, I cared greatly that the pictures that were collected were high quality.
Do you notice a difference in quality just based on all these images?
They all seem to be the same.
Would you assume from the same source?
Well, it's always tough to tell. It's not something that I would take too much care in, whether or not they all came from the same place, but these three, and he points to three, you can see they're all taken in that cabin that I was talking about, so odds are it was taken by the same person. And these two, and he points to the two that looks like they're in a warehouse, probably much of the same too, maybe even on the same day.
So, do these, or should I say would these, photos meet your, in the past, standard of quality that you were dealing with?
I guess so. I suppose so. I try not to think too much about it.
I guess what I'm getting at is these don't look like extremely amateur hour photos.
No, definitely not. These pictures weren't taken secretly, or they're not from some family's photo album or anything like that. some sort of production went into them at least.
Have you ever participated in this village that it takes to
No.
take one of these photos?
No, I have not. I never knew enough people.
Have the photos that you got always been individual pictures of no actions being performed, just the individual in the picture?
No. I suppose what I'm trying to say is that people have different tastes, and photos that are more or less modeling typically appeal to a wider variety of folk.
Is there any particular reason to that, other than, not to move this in a psychological discussion, but
That's what I was trying to avoid. I don't think that I can really be the authority on putting you in the mind of a pedophile, although I was one, and I put that behind me, but a lot of this was about power, exerting that power. You, as the viewer, hold that power. And when another person is in that photo with the subject that you're imposing that power on, some people don't appreciate that as well.
does he seem like he had himself a normal day today? Like, is he tired like Carter, or is he...
No.
Yeah.
This is the cadence that he carried in the previous conversation as well.
Yeah. Okay.
We have been trying to date these photos, see if they were more recent or if they were all from one time period or over a long stretch.
Well, based on the camera quality and the fact that they're all color, these pictures were taken most likely within the last, say, 10 years. There's not a lot of film graininess that's completely noticeable. Even those that are sepia toned are still high quality. I wouldn't put them outside of 10, 12 years.
The subjects in these pictures, do you have any idea what the groups do with them afterwards?
Typically, which is the case, is a subject, a child. A child is coerced, whether forcefully or with the promises of things, money sometimes, to take pictures, pose for pictures. 99% of the time, they just go home afterwards. There's a lot that goes into the procurement of these pictures. A lot of people will try to build trust with these subjects. Sometimes it's their own parents or uncles, aunts. Sometimes it's a teacher.
What about the other 1%?
Typically, the people that you're interested in, they're not easily threatened by children. So if a subject, like one of these ones in the photos, threatens to go to the police or tell their parents, they'll still go home. But if, for some reason, an unforeseen circumstance or a struggle or something, I've heard of altercations that end in a child ending up dead.
In these instances, do you recall the fashion in which these murders occurred? Perhaps how brutal they were?
The people that you're dealing with aren't exactly sane people. So, not every single one follows the same strict guidelines of procuring these pictures. So yeah, there might be a whack job that bashes the kid's head in with a hammer, throws them off a bridge, buries them in their backyard. These things happen. These people are not stable individuals.
You said parents sometimes get their children into this. Are they doing it for money?
Yeah, typically. Parent would be approached and asked if their child would be interested in modeling, and it starts mundane.
Mm-hmm.
dresses, outfits, eventually swimsuits, and then he taps on the pictures, something like that.
Mhm.
But there's always money that exchanges hands in those kinds of situations.
Mr. Collins, do you believe in ghosts?
No.
Aliens? Spirits?
Angels.
Why is that?
I believe in hell.
You and me both.
Mr. Collins, are you aware of any particularly devious endeavors of other people in said child porn rings that you were aware of? Coming off of his remarks about angels and heaven and hell, we have a reason to believe that we may be dealing with some otherworldly things, but it's just a hunch, and we're spitballing at you. I don't know if you ever see anything.
I'm confused. Devious, nefarious. What do you mean?
People using the within the child pornography ring, dealing these photos, using that as a stepping stone for other criminal activities.
Human trafficking, for one. Kidnapping, murder, drug dealing, distribution, gun trafficking. A couple times, actually.
Do these groups, do you know about these people? I mean, I know that you say that they're psychos, obviously, but any drug issues with them?
Oh, absolutely.
What-
Drug abuse is rampant in these circles.
What kind of drugs?
Cocaine, usually.
Nitrous oxide?
Never heard of that.
Hmm.
Well, I've heard of that, but not recreational drug to be used by these kinds of people.
Mm-hmm.
They're sick individuals, and they're always chasing a high, and whether that's committing various taboos.
You've never heard of these kids being coerced with maybe not, forcefully in their own way,
That was always something.
using substances?
That was always something that wasn't talked about explicitly, but it was implied in some of these situations,
Mhm.
kidnapping or something like that. Drugged, even.
Yeah, I have to ask. You talk about kidnapping, coercement, murder. That results from, and to get these pictures, and yet you still bought them. You still were a part of this, and now you rehabilitated yourself. How is that transition normal? How do you wrap your head around that?
I had an epiphany. Simple as anything, really. Realized that it was evil. It was the most evil. There is nothing in this world worse than that. That society, that secrecy. It's beyond taboo. It's vile. And it's disgusting. Children that can't protect themselves, can't stand up for themselves, can't defend themselves, at prey by men who have their own agendas. It's horrible.
Can I
I was gonna-
roll to see
yeah.
how genuine that was?
Yeah.
It felt
Did
genuine.
you hear that?
Yeah, go ahead and roll human intelligence for me.
Sure.
Am I able to too?
Sure.
58 on a 76.
63 on a 76.
You guys both believe him.
76 boys.
Let's go. We believe him.
Yeah. And also, with passing a human intelligence score, a human intelligence check, one of the reasons you believe him is because when you asked him about ghosts and stuff like that, He said he believed in angels, and he said he believed in hell. He didn't say he believed in heaven. He feels guilty more than likely, and believes that more than likely he's going to hell.
It's sad that these children aren't protected by these angels. Wouldn't you agree?
And he takes a while and looks at all of you. It's your job.
That's what we're trying to do.
It's what I'm trying to help.
So, anything else from that file you can pick up?
Any patterns? If you go through it.
He takes a little bit longer. You guys finish eating and drinking, and a couple minutes pass.
How are the eggs?
You can't tell a difference. You don't know if they used white-shelled eggs or brown-shelled
I can't
eggs.
tell.
No.
I'm like, they're a little bit better.
And your wheat toast is good, too.
Let's go.
And he finishes going through them, and he looks out towards you guys and says, I really wish I could be of more help, but it just seems to be a random assortment. If anything, hopefully that gives you a little bit of inclination that this was most likely just someone's personal, private collection and not tied to anything specific.
Curtis, would you mind if you stay here? I think we should all step outside shortly. I get up. I start walking out.
He leans back and lights a cigarette.
Or walking out, can I tell the waitress to bring him another coffee?
Sure.
I do have more questions, though, for sure.
Yeah. Do we want to try to show him that? The letter? Or this sticky note?
They're both written in handwriting.
That's right.
So is this one. All three separate handwritings. Yeah,
We
these are
gotta
separate,
show
right? The
at
letter
least-
and
at
RJ
least one
note
of
are
them.
different handwriting?
Yes.
I trust him. I trust this guy. I don't know.
Is it the pedophilia?
That's what got it for me.
A real hard-working, honest-to-God man. Blue-collar,
Yeah.
straight from the
Child
rust.
loving.
Child-loving, rust belt son of a gun.
Who shows up in his work clothes at 10:30 on a Sunday? A little weird.
A man of God.
It's the 70s.
Why don't we mention it?
I'm willing to be
What is
convinced
he gonna
otherwise.
throw on a fucking t-shirt? He's a man. You should be lucky he's not wearing a fedora.
That's a pedophile move right
It
there.
is.
I think we can show him.
If there's no objections, we're gonna show him.
Yeah, but let's ask like a couple more questions first,
Sure.
and then throw it out there once we
All
have
right.
nothing else.
And maybe
We just-
shouldn't show him this.
I didn't want to probe him too much about this otherworldly stuff we think we experienced, but I don't know if one of y'all can bring it up in a soft enough way, get him talking. You got him to talk about angels. I don't know, man.
Maybe if we show him this strange letter.
Talk about the coffin.
Yeah. All right. We good to?
Yeah, that's it.
All right. Walk back in.
We kicked the door in.
More eggs! You guys rush in. Everybody's got their guns out, clearing the room. You guys sit down at the table. He's still there. He's got his coffee there. He looks up.
Sit back down. How long was that?
5 minutes.
Thanks, Curtis.
Did we leave him there with all the child porn?
No, I meant he closed it up.
He's jerking off into the table.
He's ripping all the
Waitress
shit
off
Waitress
the
comes back with
pictures.
his coffee and just like drops it and runs away.
I think it would be funnier if it was like something not sexual at all. Like he just starts eating the pictures.
I was hungry.
He's dipping it in his coffee.
Oh my god. Thank you, Curtis. Thanks for waiting. Sit back down. Got a few more questions for you, right, Jerry?
Yeah. So you said that these people or groups that may own this cabin, they're rich, is what you said, right?
Yeah.
But they're normally in less less luxurious places, cabins, maybe trailers, warehouses, like we said already. Is it always like that, or are there mansions or anything like that?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. This is a line of life that attracts all walks of folk. I would argue more likely to attract the wealthy and the higher class. So yeah, it's not unheard of to see pictures depicting subjects in mansions, large pools, things like that.
But a lot of these ones that are in rundown places, a warehouse, that's more to stay under the radar. Or...
Like I said, it's all walks of life.
So this isn't a thing where somebody would make their money off of it. It's more somebody gets into it that's already affluent.
Well, of course you can make money off of it, just like selling any other commodity, but not a fortune.
Anything else been traded other than money?
Drugs. I mentioned firearms, guns a couple times. I remember there was a case of, I believe, hunting rifles that were traded at one point.
Any tools or equipment? Woodworking tools, metalworking?
I've never heard of anything like that.
These groups and people that run this stuff, how high of connections do they have, as far as you know?
I mean, politicians, lawyers. I've never encountered something like that firsthand, but there's always someone who has some sort of connection, some sort of friend of a friend, and those friends are always met in this line of life.
You ever hear about any situations, people friends getting busted out of jail?
I've never heard of anything specific, but that seems absolutely like something that would happen. Luckily enough, when I aided the Minneapolis police, there was nobody involved in that regard, but otherwise none of those guys would have gone to jail. But again, connections, handshakes, things like that.
What year was that you were started helping out the Minneapolis police?
That was 1965.
Can I ask one more thing about this epiphany of yours? I guess, as frankly as possible, did anything trigger this epiphany other than your own self-thought? Was there an event that triggered this?
I got busted, sitting in a jail cell, and I didn't find myself to be a particularly violent criminal. I wasn't a murderer, I wasn't a rapist, but I was kept in there with them, and I had a lot of time to think, and I belonged in there.
So you started helping out in 65. When did you get busted?
65.
Did you get busted by somebody who did the same as you?
What do you mean?
Did somebody rat you out?
There was a sting on a couple of the guys that I was running with at the time. I think it was a meeting that we were at, one of our apartments. Police raided, arrested us all.
These people that you ran with, do you have names?
Yeah, I can give you their names.
Are they all in jail?
Or dead. Most of them ended up killing themselves, but a few of them are still in jail now.
Please tell me the names.
The ones that are alive, I don't know all of their last names. But it was Irvin. His last name was Jacobson. The other two guys who I know are alive are Greg and Adrian. Brody killed himself. Clayton killed himself. I think Artie killed himself too. No, Artie was murdered. Trying to think. I didn't really keep up with them at that time.
Who'd you say was still alive? Irvin, Craig, and who else?
Irvin, Jacobson, Adrian, and Greg.
How close were you with these guys?
It's just people I would talk to every so often.
This Artie. Do you have a last name? Anything we can look up on his murder?
I don't even know if that was his real name.
But he was busted in the same ring as you?
Yeah, we all got booked together.
Murdered in jail?
I believe so, yeah.
What kind of psyche did these guys have? I'm not talking about what kind of pedophilic psyche. I'm talking about, could you discern if they were of the right mind or not?
With hindsight, none of us were. No one was particularly violent or anything like that.
I look around and I start to grab the note.
I just wanted to ask, you said that this 1% who were killed, when they're killed, is it out of anger or is it out of fear and would be a quick murder? Would there be any inclination by you that somebody would be tortured, brutally murdered?
It's not outside of the realm of possibility. I think that would happen in any situation, anywhere. Not just in regards to these rings, but rampant dehumanization of children. Not so much seeing them as kids, people, objects.
Nobody that you knew in these rings was particularly violent?
No, I don't think so. But, other people outside of that.
Pick up the note that RJ wrote, put it on the table, and I kind of just slide it towards him, and I said, why don't you go ahead, give this a read for us. I want to censor RJ. I want to censor RJ's initials there, and then hand it to him.
Roll luck.
66 on a 47.
Would you like to re-roll for a permanent 1d6 loss of luck?
No.
Okay. You did not censor RJ's initials.
All right.
And where was this found?
Confidential.
At a crime scene.
I don't know what I'm supposed to make of this.
This was found alongside various things. There was a coffin. The coffin was ornate, painted, and kind of like sort of feverish writings on the wall. It was all very, well, as I said before, otherworldly and
Spiritual.
yeah, some
Am
other
I
things.
able to roll to see, like, while he was reading that, like, did anything pop out at me about facial expressions or anything?
Go ahead and roll
like
human
that?
intelligence.
Can I want to roll human intelligence,
Or
while,
even
while
like
I
with
probe him.
what we
Yeah.
just said, yeah.
Fuck.
83 on 76.
Damn,
That's
61 on a 56.
bad.
No, I mean, it seems like whatever his outward expression is, it's no red flags jump out. He doesn't, like, squint or cringe or anything like that.
I want to hand him this one now. I want to put my plastic gloves on, and then I want to grab them like this.
Yeah,
And I
you got it in a little baggie, too.
Sweet, yeah.
Lawman.
This was found at the bottom of the empty coffin.
Well, I don't need to be a police sergeant to tell you you're probably dealing with a whack job.
Do you know... So, okay, to cut to the chase. The sticky note says, this will end us or it will set us free. Do you have any bite there?
I've never heard that before.
Have you always been a religious man?
No. I wouldn't describe myself as religious now either.
Just to a certain degree a believer?
I believe in angels. I believe in hell. I believe in God as a judge. Nothing past that. And he hands the notes back. Now, if you think that this is more than just the ramblings of someone who's deranged, unhinged, I've heard firsthand accounts of more cult-like activities within these rings. Satanism, sacrifices, rumors, but sometimes rumors hold meaning.
That's right. I think this is what we want to hear. Is that where it ends? No ties, just rumors, no names, nothing?
It wasn't exactly a popular discussion.
I don't know about anybody else at this table, but if a friend, somebody else told me about a cult, all this activity, I'd be inquisitive. I wouldn't stop the conversation there.
Well, you see cults on TV all the time.
Some of them are interesting.
There's a lot there.
You don't remember anything. You didn't ask.
I didn't care. I didn't think it was true. Just the idea that there was a group of guys running around killing kids for fun.
Can I roll human to see if that's valid? What he said?
Yeah, go ahead.
49 on 76.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like he's withholding.
I mean, we've been dancing around the subject for a half hour here. That's what we want to know. People that are going around rampant. I think we've pointed to that.
I don't have a name.
Killings.
I don't have a name for you.
I'm asking about patterns, locations, activities.
I've never experienced this kind of thing. I've never had to deal with this kind of thing.
Just think back to that conversation, the one where you heard about it. How'd it go?
There's a collection of pictures that came in. Me and some of the guys were going through it. We were all high. Someone, and I swear to God, I don't remember who, mentioned that there was someone, or someone's, a group, I think it was a group, murdering kids in that satanic blood cult kind of way. I didn't probe into it. We all cracked up laughing. Truthfully, I swear. That's it. You're looking for answers that I don't have, and I'm sorry, because a lot of these rumors about people involved in this life that make these people out to be larger than life, even extending into when we were talking about wealthy, higher class individuals, there's not a lot of truth to those rumors. Boogeymen, things like that.
Fair enough. All right. I grab my things, put it all in that nice manila folder. And we have anything else?
Yeah, you, so when you were originally arrested, tried, booked, how long did you end up spending behind bars?
Well, they ended up lowering the charges because I was helping them with the investigation, and eventually they just dropped the charges altogether. So other than the 3 months of the investigation...
You must have done a lot of good work for them. Only 3 months in jail.
I got 6 people arrested.
Did you know specifically, or did you lead to a bigger ring?
No, I knew these guys specifically. I was able to tie them to transactions and trades, and most of it was the drug selling, but they still are behind bars.
No names there.
Yeah, I already gave them to you.
So, your charges were dropped?
Yeah.
So you have no identification with your former wrongdoings? Nobody has to know who you are?
They do. Because I do. Identification for my wrongdoings. If it wouldn't make me unhireable, I'd brand myself on the forehead. I mean that.
You're an accountant now. What were you doing back when you were involved in this stuff for money?
I was a delivery driver.
What were you trading for these pictures? Money?
Money.
A lot?
Different amounts, different times.
What made things different prices? What was the economy there?
It was more of, not auction, but up to the seller to set the price, up to the buyers to inquire about them. And it wasn't always just a single picture, collections.
You always met at the same time, same place, same time?
We switched between different apartments, but usually the same day.
You did these swaps at your apartment?
Not just mine, but yeah, all other apartments. There were sometimes we would meet at a warehouse, or other times we would just meet in public. Outside of viewing eyes, but still in public nonetheless.
I think I'm good.
I'm good as well. Curtis, thank you. We'll be in touch.
All right. I hope that I was at least a little helpful.
You certainly were, especially
you were.
with this.
Thank you.
These cabin pictures.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
He sits back. Waitress comes over and he orders another cup of coffee. As you guys, I imagine, are
Fucking
standing up.
spitting it.
Yeah, I'm getting
No.
out of there. I'm dipping.
I throw whatever, $20 down.
Yeah, $400.
Okay.
He ordered caviar while you guys were gone.
Okay.
Dude, you got the brown eggs.
I got the brown.
Shit's expensive. It's an extra $50 an egg.
I'll throw like a 20 down.
Yeah.
And walk out.
Gotcha.
And then I pull out my receipt book and make a note. Get reimbursed by Lieutenant for $20.
Petty cash, please.
I'm just playing.
Nah, you paid for
Nah,
a
you
pedophile,
ain't.
have 3 coffees.
You ain't.
Get that back.
True, 3 coffee? Yeah, fuck that.
So are we leaving?
Yeah.
Back out on the sidewalk. What are you guys planning to do?
A couple things we can do right now.
Isn't RG's house a cabin?
No.
No.
Who
No,
said
it's
it wasn't?
No?
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
We can... Okay. He mentioned a few things there. He mentioned potentially teachers,
Yeah.
you know, guardians, yada yada. Caleb and I were in talks with the principal
Mm-hmm.
of... What school was it, Joe?
Churchill Middle School.
Okay. Churchill Middle School. We could pursue that. However, it's late. It's a principal, Sunday night.
He met
Right.
with us late last time.
He did, but I don't know. He was on break.
It was New Year's Day and he still met with us late.
That's true. Second option, This woman. This trailer park woman.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
It's
Yeah,
late.
We have to go see that trailer park.
That's option number 2.
Charles said that multiple people go there.
Mm-hmm.
Curtis said that sometimes parents were doing this for money. They clearly don't have a lot of money, right?
Exactly.
They don't see the kids very often.
Mm-hmm. We could get maybe something from that. A name. Another face.
Yeah, I think it's a good lead.
Yeah.
How do you want to pursue going in there? Knock on her door? Last time we were there, she didn't come out.
What if
Just heard her.
What if we did some undercover work?
We could.
Send me up there with a pizza.
Oh, I could do it. I'm
Who looks like
I
the
look
best
yo-
pizza
I
man
look-
in the group?
I look young enough to be a pizza man. I'm 32.
Wrong address.
Yeah,
right?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Oops. I
So
don't
maybe
know.
we
At
can,
least get a look on the lady or kid.
It's risky business. I don't know. You think if we gave our boy Charles enough money, he would.
Could make him the richest bum in Linwood Falls.
You think he'd maybe give us a hand setting up a little operation?
I think it's very possible.
It's risky
we could
though,
definitely
because I
talk to
mean,
him
even
first.
if we tip him off first time we talk to him, there's a risk that he just goes and tips everybody off that we're coming in.
Right.
That's
Still not sure that we should trust him, you know?
I'm still sitting on also the last thing that Curtis told us. These transactions, they would happen in public.
Mm-hmm.
The more we get into this, the more I think that hunch of yours is right. That bartender. If you want to ever look into him.
Could speak to him too. Has the bar reopened?
You're not sure. You haven't passed by. You would imagine so.
What time is it at this point?
At this point, you guys are clocking in at around 11.
All right. Why don't we swing over there to Will Newton's watering hole?
Going to the Cavalry Club?
Could do that.
Let's do it.
Why not?
We should wait to do trailer park things till tomorrow. I think it's a little bit late. Unless you guys want to try and talk to Charles later.
Yeah, we can talk to Charles, but anything we
Set
do with the
something.
woman has got to be in the
wait.
daytime.
Yeah, it's gotta wait.
Yeah.
What are we trying to get from her? How do
Anything.
we bridge the question, hey, just sell your son?
Do we have reason to detain her? Her kid's missing.
Maybe
According
we
to
need
Charles.
a couple more
According to Charles, but it hasn't been reported.
That's right.
people to confirm that she does have a boy, not just Charles.
I know, she had a daughter.
Yeah, I'm saying if we can get a couple witnesses to corroborate that, confirm that that reality, if it's true, then we can go over and say, we have a lot of people telling us that this is true. We haven't seen your boy in a long time. We want to do a wellness check. It's a child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I say
Can I
we,
roll law on that?
Yes, you can.
How did getting a census work back then? Would people just actually
Does
show up at
anyone
your
wanna
house and
help
be like,
me
how many
roll
kids do you
law?
have?
I'll help.
When we see them.
Yeah.
We could do that.
What's your law?
56.
You can help.
Can I help?
I
him
got a
with
12.
law?
He already passed.
Oh.
12 on a 35.
12 on a 35.
Feeling good.
The only hang up there, you already went through school records. You got this lady's last name, and you got the kid's probable first name, right? Ricky Gossman. Richard Gossman. Looked him up in school records, didn't find him.
Dick.
Yeah, Tricky Dick Gossman. The problem would be, so you get a couple people to corroborate the idea that, hey, you have a son, we haven't seen him in a while, we just want to check it out. If you don't have proof that that kid exists, she could just deny it outright, if that is the case. There's no proof that this kid exists. You need hard evidence that this person is real.
Counter or potential way we can work around that. She's a trailer park woman that is willing to potentially sell her kid, right? We could just be like, we could get her to admit that her kid's missing. Hey, your kid's missing, right? We know, like, we heard your kid's missing. You got any info about that? If she gives any trail of breadcrumbs, that confirms that her kid's missing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And right? I don't know if I should roll law on something like that, but
What if she does the same thing where she just denies it?
that's
I don't have a kid. I only have a daughter.
that's
yeah,
fair.
I mean, we have
That's
to.
fair.
We
My
have to
son's with his
go
father.
under the assumption. I feel like that, like, and we were also wondering if this Ricky
Mhm.
is Soup Kid, right?
Oh,
We were wondering that,
fucking damn.
right? Campbell. We were wondering that. So
Ricky Campbell Gossman.
Campbell.
It's like a wrestling name. It says it in quotes.
Ricky Campbell Gossman. That's true. I mean,
we have to assume that in that case, if that is really the same kid, then she knows, or maybe she did it.
yeah.
Either way, we need to
Well, that's true.
go
but-
into it with the headspace that she is not well.
Exactly, and I think, what reason?
Just selling your kids in general is not well. So
Potentially, Curtis even said drugs could be involved, right? What if
Right.
we could offer her things that would be hard for her, said trailer park woman who sold her fucking child, to say no to.
true.
Well, that's when we send somebody undercover.
If,
Again.
Yeah.
if we can get her out of that house and we can get someone looking in, well, I say house, excuse me, home.
Oh my goodness!
Unreal. Sorry, double wide.
Filthy rack check. If we can get someone in there while she's out of the house, we find any proof of this kid even existing, anything, we got reason to go full out, open up a case.
I am okay with waiting till tomorrow, but if there's somebody coming over for drugs, anything else, I wouldn't assume they'd do it at 2 in the afternoon. If we're gonna do it, it's probably a nighttime activity.
Weren't her lights on in the middle of the night when we went?
Yep.
We can just try to go after the bar, and if her lights are on,
Yeah, we could take a look around and
yeah,
see it. Also,
could be
that in that
strung
case,
out
Charles
and-
could be there. Also,
Anybody got any drugs?
hey, we could stop back at the station.
Oh yeah, we could just get over from a...
true. Or Charles.
What am I saying? I got some in my pocket right now. No.
I break the
Why
fourth
do you assume-
dimension wall
why do you assume
and
Charles
reach
has
into my real
drugs?
pocket.
I don't look. He's probably a great guy. All right, but maybe he's selling some.
That's true. If we gave him like
Also-
$700 last night, he might have bought some shit today.
Here's what we can always stop back if we want to get drugs, and we can also get a picture of Tillman's car. We never
Yeah, we
technically
should do that.
actually
Let's do that.
confirmed that.
Yeah, we have
We
the
just
picture.
assumed.
We never.
So
'Cause-
we'll do that too.
could I
But yeah, let's get to
actually-
going to the bar.
Could we? What would be the time delay if
Should bring the picture of
if-
Bobby too.
I took my car to the station, picked up the picture of the car, and grabbed some methamphetamine?
Do we have to sign out methamphetamine?
Now, okay, I'm sorry.
I think we should just.
I
do
may
pot.
I may have zoned out a little bit there. You guys actually want to steal methamphetamine or cocaine or any kind of hard narcotic from the evidence?
No,
Locker?
Can we sign it out?
Sign it out. Would that work?
You'd have to get strict allowance from your lieutenant to do that. You are a
Hold on.
sergeant and you know that it's almost never happened.
We can do this in such an easier way if we really wanted to bribe them with substances by using alcohol. We could even
Yeah.
just bring fucking food. Just bring a burger bag, bro.
I like
No,
the
we're going to
idea
the bar. We're
of-
going to the bar.
Yeah, but I like the idea of you
What, are you gonna
showing
get
up with
Jack
a pizza.
Daniels and a sippy
Wrong
cup?
address.
I like that idea too.
And
What
then
if
it
she
doesn't
shuts
hurt.
the door at that point?
It doesn't
What
hurt.
if she says she's not going to let a pizza man into her house?
And then-
I see what she looks like. We don't know what she
You
looks
see
like.
what you- but
She just
also,
looks like, and then the worst thing that happens is she knows, as long as she's in her right mind, she knows who he is.
as a
I-
last
you know,
resort,
identifies him.
you could say like, "I got something else that you might be interested in," and we don't need drugs.
This
Yeah.
dick.
Do
We
that.
can just say we have drugs.
Yeah, true.
Oh, for your dick.
Yo,
All right, let's just
how
go to the
good
bar.
looking
I
is
could
Jerry?
offer. I'm good looking as fuck, dude.
Yo,
Yeah, where's Joe?
Jerry's
make
very
your own
good
decision.
looking.
peer in.
Can he roll for it?
You
Jerry.
peer in. You peer in her door, and you're like, damn. I like what you got going here, girl.
Jerry is a handsome man.
I got
Jerry
a lot more
could
than
try
just
to
pizza to offer, you know what I'm saying?
No, okay.
Jerry could do that. Jerry
fair-
could
I got
do that.
3 inches down below. I'm ready to give you, baby.
To be fair, this woman
Jerry way
sold her
bigger than
This
child.
pizza ain't the
inches.
only thing with extra sausage.
Yeah, she sold her child.
She sold her.
Yeah, she can't be that hard, right?
All right, let's just go to
Are
the
you
bar.
taking one for
All
the
right.
team then, Jerry?
It's
It
very
depends on what she looks like. We don't know what she looks like.
Are we splitting up here? Me and you go back to the station and they're going to the bar?
The station is on the way to the bar.
Oh, sick.
Let's all go to the bar. Let's
Well,
all go get a beer.
Let's just stop and pick up the picture. Right. Just quick, pick up the picture.
Meet them at the bar?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. So you guys head to the station to pick up whatever you guys want to pick up. You two are heading towards the Cavalry Club. You guys get there first. It is open. You guys are at the station. Anything else that you guys want to do there?
Just grab the picture of Bobby Tillman's car.
And the Bobby Tillman picture.
Okay.
Going with his sister.
Gotcha.
The other thing that I wanted to do, number one, check those RJ records. What year was he arrested?
1812.
Fuck, it's a time travel.
1965.
65 is
1965. The only other thing that I wanted to do is one of these, you said these tanks are empty.
Yes.
Do they have any markings, any imprints on them at all?
Yes, they do. So they're scratched, like they've been thrown around, banged around. They are written in handwriting, like Sharpie marker N2O. Other than that, there's no other writings or markings on them.
Does the handwriting match with any writing we've seen? Wednesday, same place swaps, the letter or lawman, anything?
Yeah, it does. It matches up the swaps handwriting.
That makes sense, right?
Yeah. And it looks like, I mean, you said these are a little bit scratched off at this point. Do they all look about the same amount of scratched off?
Yeah, they all look like they
Okay.
have the same amount of wear to them.
And I can handle these fine. They're fairly empty.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all I wanted to do.
So you guys pull up to the Cavalry Club. Jerry and Ray, what do you guys want to do?
Get in there.
I want to go in and sit at the bar.
Okay. You go in, people milling about, people hanging out at the tables, and
And I want to sit, if I can. I want to directly focus on try to see where Carter. He said he was at the long end of the bar,
yeah,
and he was near the dartboard.
yep.
I want to try and go exactly where he was.
You can see almost probably exactly where he was.
Yeah.
Just on the long side of the bar. No, he's on the short side, and where he said Bobby Tillman was on the opposite. So basically, like, you walk in, the bar's off to your left, but it's kind of like that U-shaped bar where the two ends are shorter, maybe like seat 4 people, and the long side of the bar seats maybe about 10, and it's backed up against the wall. So Carter was probably sitting at the far end from the door, Bobby at the close end, and the dartboard is right behind where those chairs are set up. That short end of the bar.
We sitting?
Yeah.
I jokingly take out my ID. Put it on the table.
Will Newton is behind the bar. He sees you as you walk in, take your seat, and he's like wiping down a beer stein. Looks at you guys. What can I get you guys?
Modelo.
Budweiser.
Gotcha. Just give me a sec, guys. And he steps back, pours you your beers, sets them up in front of you.
How's the crowd in here looking? Like, is he busy? Visibly.
No, I wouldn't say busy. It's not slow, but it's a decent amount of people. It's not like a Friday night, Saturday night.
Anyone look underage?
No, you look around, you don't see anybody who's immediately noticeable as underage. He doesn't like hang around in front of you guys or anything. Like he's
kind of
going back and forth.
Yeah.
A few minutes pass and you guys pull up as well.
Cool. Park it. Get out, walk in.
Mm-hmm.
Keep all the, I keep the picture in the car.
Gotcha.
And all the case files, obviously. Walk
Yep.
in.
You see that they're seated at the bar. 2 seats next to them. You can easily just sit right down.
Sure. Yeah. Pop a squat. And I sit down and I turn to Ray and I say, so you've been friendly with this bartender in the past?
I've frequented the Cavalry Club in the past.
All right.
I suppose that would be the more accurate statement. But yeah, I do know Newton. He seemed like an honest guy. I still imagine he is for the most part, but we didn't ask him too much. I want to be delicate in how we
we
probe
haven't
him.
said much at all.
Gotcha.
So Newton comes up, sees you two sat down. Can I get you guys anything? Oh, by the way, and he grabs your beer. Modelo didn't exist yet.
Oh, yeah. sorry.
Dumps it down the sink.
Oh my god.
Take a Budweiser, American beer.
Gotcha.
Made in looks like 1925, but didn't come to America until 1990.
Fucking asshole.
Can I get a sour monkey?
Can I get a White Claw, please?
You got high noons?
Can I get a Budweiser as well, please?
Gives you a nod.
Just a water.
Anyone on the dartboard?
No.
Can I look at the dartboard?
Yeah.
Anything on it?
No, nothing.
No darts are in it?
No, there's darts in it.
Any of them on double 19 or triple
No.
19? Okay.
No.
Do you wanna play?
Sure.
Okay. He brings
Caleb,
you your
I'll kick
water
your
and
ass in this.
All right.
your Budweiser, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, brings those out. You guys get up, play darts?
Yeah. Can I roll for it?
Yeah.
What am I rolling here?
Give me
Can we both roll for who wins?
Yeah, well, what are you guys playing? Are you guys playing
Can I try to hit double 19 this whole time?
Are you guys playing 301? You guys playing 201? What are we doing here?
201? Double in?
Sure. I don't know.
201 double in?
Yeah, and I'm trying to double up that 19.
All right. Go ahead and both of you guys roll me athletics or just like general dexterity.
Is that like your times 5?
Yeah.
Fuck. I missed it. 76 on a 50.
48 on a 50.
48 on a 50. You're not able to hit double 19, but you do get your double in. You haven't hit it yet. Oh, man. But as time progresses, you guys do go through your dartboard game. O'Connor ends up winning, but it's not by a huge disparity. There's not a huge loss margin there. You don't feel bad about it.
Yeah, I don't care.
So Will Newton comes up to you guys after he takes a couple more orders, and they're still playing darts in the back, and kind of saddles up. So, how's it been?
I'm Roy McNeil.
We've met before.
We've met. When did we meet?
No, we haven't, you crazy son of a bitch.
Have you been to this bar before? If Ray comes here a lot, I figured maybe you came in once or twice.
Sure, yeah. Okay. Single digit number of times I've been here.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we've been good. We're keeping busy. How about you? You've been busy since the other night?
Yeah, this is the first night that we opened after all the stuff that happened.
Oh,
So,
good for you guys. Quick turnaround.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I look like next to, I don't know if I'm on the edge or not. Is there anyone like within earshot of us, I guess?
Probably if you spoke at a normal talking
I mean, are
volume.
there seats next to us that are empty?
Yes.
Okay. So in a lower tone. Now, Mr. Newton, I don't want to, get too testy here on the floor of your bar, but I am going to need to question you just a little bit about these kids that were in your bar the night of that incident, a little more deeply than I did on the night of the incident. You understand that, yes?
Oh, this is official business?
Yeah, we could say that.
Okay. Yeah. No, go ahead.
All right. Well, we have on record from some of these kids that were in this bar.
You see, as you're talking, he sees someone like across, and you look over, and it looks like it's one of the waitresses, and he kind of motions her over and points her towards the bar, and like gets a little bit closer to the edge so he can actually focus on the conversation and not have to take care of customers.
Cool. We have confirmation from some of the kids that were sitting right here in this spot. Matt, there was really no checking of ID or any type of age enforcement going on here that night. Is that true?
That's what I told you that night too. if you want to jam me up for that, go ahead. But I've been straightforward with you. I've been telling you everything that you need to know about all this stuff, and hell, I've been a good bartender to you, Ray. So.
Oh, I know. Believe me. My liver knows. But I mean, if I'm here, there's something more going on than just me asking you if you did or not. There's something more to that, and I'm asking why. I gotta know why.
Because it's a customer that typically would not be able to give me money.
So you're short on cash? That's why?
Well, I told you that night that money has been tight, but if I can make a couple extra bucks selling a couple of beers to kids who typically wouldn't be giving me their money, Ray, I'm gonna take it. Obviously, now that you have been interested in the affairs at this bar, I've told you that I'm not gonna do that no more, but at that point in time, yeah.
It's something you normally turn a blind eye to?
Every once in a while. Money's tight, rent's due.
I kind of look back at the squad when he says that.
They're still playing darts.
Oh, well, I look back at my sergeant. Kind of raise my brow at that a little bit, every once in a while, because the kids told us that they were told that was the spot, right? How about this Bobby? You got any more information than you had already told us on Bobby at all?
Yeah, Bobby would come in here a lot. We talked every once in a while. I tried to make small talk with him. He didn't seem like a real talkative guy, but he tipped good.
Would he come in before his shift? He worked.
Yeah, he said he worked at a one of those storage facilities.
Yeah, like a quick store, quick storage or something, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Is he much of a drinker?
Yeah, when he comes, he does tend to drink, but I've never seen him, shit-faced off his rocker. But yeah, he'd have 6-7 beers.
Sorry. He a smoker?
Yeah, he would smoke whenever he was in here.
Would he be smoking the whole time he's in here? Or he'd have a cigarette throughout the night?
Oh, he'd have like 2 or 3 cigarettes while sitting there. I wouldn't call him a chain smoker or anything like that.
The night that he died, was he drinking a lot?
Not more than he typically does.
No. Less?
Truth be told, I wasn't really keeping track. I think I served him maybe 4 beers.
So, alright, you said he's kind of a frequent comer. Rather. I don't need an exact estimate, but about how long has he been coming here for?
Probably put it out the last 8 months.
Oh, okay, so relatively new.
Well, he would come in often. 3-4 times a week.
That is pretty frequent. You have any other guys that come in that often?
There's a couple other regulars.
Yeah. Do they hang out, or?
No.
None of them hang out with each other.
Way I see it, being as bartender as long as I have, if you're coming to a bar as frequent as those folk, you probably don't have that many friends. No offense, Ray.
None taken. Just invested in my work. That's all.
I turn over. How? What's their status?
Yeah, are we done yet?
Okay, well, first of all, it's a game of darts, and this conversation has been going on for like 2 minutes. If you can finish a game of darts in 2 minutes, I'll give you $1 million. But yes, your game is over.
$1 million. Let's go. All right, sit down.
You guys have the quickest fucking game of darts. I sit down.
You look.
Come.
You look.
I lost,
You
bro.
look back, and they're going.
Trip 20, trip 19, trip ball.
They're talking already. We gotta hurry.
Yeah.
So you were familiar with Bobby's place of work. You ever tell you anything about work over there? People he worked with, things he was seeing, doing?
Nah, he didn't talk. He didn't talk about work a lot. Like I said, he didn't make much small talk at all. But every so often I'd strike up a conversation, try to be the nice bartender.
Yeah,
I tried to be and I try to be that for you and every other person who walks in this bar, someone they can talk to.
I hear you.
Did he ever come in with a what was his buddy's name from the storage company?
It was I know it too.
Something beach.
Roger Beach.
Did he ever come in with a buddy, or what was his name? Roger Beach, another guy from the quick shop.
No, I never seen him come in here with anybody else.
Okay.
Never meeting anybody. I'll be honest. Not to be rude, but 6-pack from the liquor store, a lot cheaper than coming in a bar. Coming to a bar for social interaction, somebody to talk to.
Some of these
I
guys,
wasn't a social person either.
some of these guys, I think they just come in here to break up the everyday thing. There's a difference between going out, having a beer at a bar versus just drinking alone in your living room. But yeah, he was in here a lot. Typically those folk who come in here a lot, they're talkative. They're here to talk. They're here to hang out and socialize, be around others. But yeah, now that you mention it, it did seem like he didn't really want to be here.
He didn't want to be here the other night, or just about every night?
Just about every night. Never saw him try to hit on anybody or flirt or strike up a conversation or play darts or play pool. Nothing like that. Just kind of came in, sat down, ordered a drink. I try to shoot the shit. He might give me a little bit, but sit here for 2-3 hours and then go home.
I want to subtly look around and see if anyone's looking at us in this bar.
Roll alertness. Make it search.
Damn, 88 on a 45.
No, nobody's looking at you.
I apologize if I missed this part of the conversation, but he the night that he was killed, said he's not much of a social guy, and he was standing up when the boy approached him. He stood up as in a defensive position, or...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it looked like the kid was saying something as he was walking up. Bobby stood up. Bobby pushed the kid. Kid punched him.
It seemed out of the ordinary for Bobby to be the first one to put hands on somebody.
I don't know. Something must have got him riled up with whatever he said.
Do you know any of the exact verbiage?
Pussy, loser, a couple of slurs regarding Bobby's sexuality, perhaps. I'm trying to sugarcoat it, but he was just saying some general nasty stuff.
No reason to sugarcoat anything when the four of us here seen our fair share of nasty stuff.
He was saying... He called him There's your first one.
Say it.
I pull up my phone and start tweeting instantly.
Will Newton. Will Newton gets canceled. Will Newton is a bigot.
I also want to recall, I can't find it in my fucking notes. None of us can for some reason, but when Roger Beach was talking about hanging out with Bobby, they went to his house, right?
Mhm.
It wasn't the bar.
Mhm.
Yeah, they went to his house.
No, it was
That's what
the house,
that's
yeah.
what he said. All right, that makes sense.
Because I wanted to question him on why he thought, if he knew the house was that dirty.
Oh, okay.
He saw it in
That's-
such disarray or not.
Does he seem nervous at all?
Roll human intelligence.
Could I inspect that as
Yeah.
well?
13. 76.
No, not at all.
62 on a 76.
He does not appear nervous.
Can I peer behind the bar and find the sink?
Yeah, you can see it right there.
It's like pretty much right behind us.
Yeah, it's like in the middle of the actual like liquor bar.
Is there See it. Does Will Newton have a rag on his waist, on his apron?
Yeah, he's got it like tucked in his like apron band.
Can I see that? And I kind of just throw my hand up and point his rag at his waist.
Kind of like looks at it. And the rag?
Yeah, I know it's weird.
No, sure. And he takes it out and hands it to you.
I inspect it.
White cloth rag, low thread count, rough, beat up, kind of shriveling at the edges. This bar rag has seen quite a bit of beer steins, quite a bit of counters, quite a bit of sinks. You hold it in your hand and look at it longingly, and it looks back. This rag's got stories.
You can sell a fucking used rag, all right. Oh my god.
I'll take 20.
I'm gonna make love to this rag.
But no, generally nondescript rag.
I look at everyone with the rag. What do you think? What do you think that kid's going through, right? With this dream.
Well, we're sitting exactly where he sat.
Might have just been timing thing.
Or he went through something traumatic. Could have been ingrained in his memory. He had a dream sort of like it. I want to believe him. I really do. Believe the kid.
About his dream?
Yeah, I want
What's
to.
there not to believe about it?
If what he's saying is true,
Where would he bring that?
this event was entirely orchestrated. He had every one of those dreams in the days before it happened, and then hasn't slept since.
He said years, right? Did he say years?
He said it
He
feels
said
like
he
it's
said it might have been my whole life.
Yeah.
Where's the sink? Is it like smack in front of us, kind of?
No, it's in the middle of. So you guys are on like the short end of the bar, towards away from the door. The actual liquor bar, like where all the liquor is stored, is on the right side there, and it extends about halfway down. Then the sink's in the middle, and then the rest of the shelves for the liquor.
Will, do you recall the game of darts that was going on when Bobby got punched?
No, I'm sorry, I do not.
Anybody else sitting around the bar? Celebration? Friends getting together? Or
Yeah, I'm sure that there were some friends or something like that. Yeah, I mean, no birthdays or nothing like that, but
anything to toast to?
nothing I recall.
Was that bartender over there here that night? The girl he waved over?
Yeah.
Like, talk to her at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody that's very good at darts that frequently comes?
A bunch of the guys play darts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pool too.
All right, Will, if you could you bring that lady over here?
Sure thing. Yeah.
Alright.
She kind of moseys on up after talking with Will Newton. She kind of steps up. Younger, maybe like mid-20s, early 20s. She kind of looks to you guys. She's got on the same kind of apron that he does. She's blonde.
How you doing? Just before I introduce myself and we introduce ourselves, nobody's in any trouble. Case closed. We just have a few extra questions about some other transitively connected cases. I'm Sergeant McNeil, LFVCU. These are some fine detectives
Jerry.
here.
I'm right.
Yeah, Caleb O'Connor.
And you are?
Oh, Shirley Sanders.
Shirley Sanders. I'll take a Shirley Temp. No, I'm kidding. So you were here the other night when
Yeah.
the unfortunate fight, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you see it? Were you serving?
No, I was in the back. I was in the kitchen.
Okay.
But I heard the commotion, came outside, and that poor guy was on the floor.
On the ground, right?
Yeah.
So what happened? Music stopped. Was there music playing?
Oh, there's always music playing. I don't even think the music stopped.
Oh.
I ran out after I heard the commotion, and Willie told me to call the cops. and I called the police.
Okay.
And you guys showed up, I don't know, 15 minutes later?
Did you happen to see the body?
Yeah.
His eyes closed.
I don't remember. I think so. I think I would remember if they were open.
Sorry, don't mean to bring up.
No, it's okay.
You ever see this group of kids in this bar before?
No.
First time.
Yeah, and I could tell that they were a little younger than should be in here.
Yeah. We got to ask about your boss, about Willie. All right. Is this a common thing where he's letting minors get drinks? Look, we get it. It's going to make him some more money. It's going to make you some more tip money. It's something we got to know.
He's not in any trouble.
Not in any trouble.
Yeah, I mean, every once in a while, whether it's a night that we're checking for IDs hard, or he says checking for IDs soft. I mean, not checking for IDs at all, really. Yeah, I mean, it's not a frequent thing, because he doesn't want to get in trouble, but he says the kids are going to drink anyway. They probably are.
Yeah, that they will. Yeah.
You live around here?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I live here.
Did you know the kids at all? Maybe the family? Anything like that?
No. It's a big town.
Yeah. Does the name Arthur Adams strike a bell? Ring a bell?
Mm-mm.
No?
Thank you, Shirley. We'll call you over when we need another drink.
Okay. Bye-bye. She walks away.
And Will's been gone, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What are we thinking? Are we trying to
don't
keep
know.
anything from her? Or is there anything that we can learn in this scenario?
Did she seem smart to me or like oblivious?
That's a hard question. She seems like a hard-working girl. Maybe a little airheady, but stupid.
I mean, just obviously hold back what you can, but I don't think we need to be full filter. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm just not sure what else there is to learn.
I don't know either.
Yeah.
So,
Caleb,
I have nothing else.
Yeah. Yeah, we're hoping to uncover something. We're
Exactly.
not probing for something specific.
Yeah. Maybe it doesn't need to be tonight.
That's
I
fair.
agree with you, though. From before we even came here, I think he's still a little sus. This is weird.
I agree.
but I don't know if the rag or any of that stuff really had to do anything with it. I think
I agree.
that might have just been like
I just
that
wanted
was
to,
just
I
It was
just wanted
gonna
to
happen.
confirm.
He's witnessed it
everything.
happen so many times. It's just
yeah.
burned in his brain.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna
I
be
was
like.
hoping the Arthur Adams thing would hit because that's the older
Nuts.
brother of one of the kids.
Arthur Adams. He kills little kids.
You didn't know that?
yeah, like,
Child predator?
Oh my god!
The one that they still haven't locked up yet?
I was just hoping for like oh yeah, I graduated with him. Fucking weird.
I heard he turned a little boy into soup.
They just found the boy in the river the other week.
She's the best detective we've got.
Oh, he's the guy that cuts people up with sawzalls.
They call him the soup maker. You've never heard of him? You guys know Curtis too? He lives 5 minutes from my house.
Anyway.
Oh, and my brother RJ. I can tell you about him.
My brother RJ. Holy shit. Yeah.
Letting people know, like, hey, like, we're thinking about you.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll get people nervous. Maybe it'll get people talking. I don't know.
Or maybe we come back and they get some. You know, they learn something. Right?
Yeah.
You guys done at the bar?
Yeah.
I'm good. Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh.
Cut all this out.
Oh, I'm keeping every single voice crack in.
I am definitely leading.
You should boost the volume on it too.
I know, yeah.
I'm good as well.
So you guys kind of call Will Newton over to settle your tab, and he tells you it's on the house. Don't worry about it. And get up to leave.
Yeah, leave him $3 probably on the bar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll tip him $1.
Making your way back out to the car.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where to?
Trailer park.
Is it time to trade pizza for
Did we
dinner?
get? Yeah.
Let's go to the nearest fucking pizzeria pie shop.
As we get into the car and we say we're going to trailer park, I stop. I run back in, and I take like a 10 out of my wallet. Oh fuck! I take like $5 out of my wallet. Fuck him. Fuck it. Yeah.
Fuck this man.
I say, yeah, Newton. You grab me like a 6 or so beers.
Sure thing. Takes it, goes back, gets you a couple of beers, comes back. $5 for a couple of beers is that's a lot.
Will Newton got any wine in this bar?
Well, I didn't
No,
pay.
how much
I
was the
didn't
beer
pay him
back
or
then?
tip him for my beer that he gave me before, so I just give him $5.
Nope, he brings you a 12-pack.
All right, word. I take it all.
Yep.
Thank you very much. And I walk out.
Have a nice night, Ray.
Yeah, I feel like I have no concept of costs in the 70s.
So, still on the street corner outside of Cavalry Club, preparing your next move. That's where we're going to pick up next session.
Thanks for listening to this episode of LFVCU, a Nasty Table production.